What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of World of Warships, and I'm really happy to bring you this. This is the Murmansk. I've been trying to do a video on this ship for quite some time, and due to technical difficulties, I've failed to do so. And it's a shame. This footage is pretty old now. It's probably a couple months old. This is a Tier 5 Russian cruiser. It was a premium cruiser that was released before the Russian tech tree was in the game. Why this ship in particular? Well, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. It was an Omaha-class light cruiser built by the U.S. during the 1920s. I'm assuming they put this ship in the game because it was a good bridge gap, I guess, giving players something familiar to sail around before the Russians hit the game. I'm not too sure because the ship doesn't really have a too storied of a history. She spent most of her early career assigned to the Asiatic Battle Fleet. In 1941, she was assigned to the Neutrality Patrol, which was a patrol designed to keep the war from breaking out into the Western Hemisphere. She was refitted in New York in 1941, escorted a convoy to the Pacific in 1942 before returning to the South Atlantic, where she continued to patrol for German commerce raiders and blockade runners. And here we go, early on in the battle now. I've spotted an enemy battleship. I launched my float plane thing, whatever it is, aerial recon plane, to try and get some early eyes on something. And it looks like I spotted that it could be an Arkansas Beta? Maybe a Wyoming? I can't quite tell what that is from this distance. But yeah, in 1944, she was transferred temporarily to the Soviet Navy and was commissioned as the Murmansk. She was returned by the Soviets in 1949 and then sold for scrap. While she was under Soviet control, she didn't really do much apart from patrolling around the Arctic Circle. So, I mean, not a whole lot really to talk about. When she was under U.S. control, the only thing really of note was helping track down a an Italian submarine and colliding with her sister ship, the Omaha, off the coast of Brazil. So not really a whole lot to talk about as far as this ship's history goes. But nonetheless, I'm happy to have her in the game. She is a really, really fun ship to play, boasting a bunch of guns, torpedoes, and she has a sonar system installed on her, which really comes in handy. So if you take a look at the map, we have a situation developing here. My team has formed a nice little battle line across the center of the map, starting in the west and stretching over to my position here by this island in the east. The enemy, on the other hand, appears to have gone for some sort of a pincer-type maneuver. Most of the enemy battleships and cruisers have sort of stayed to the southeast, but we have another group that is breaking off to the west here and seems to be pushing pretty deep into Allied lines. So I'm trying to get a bead on this battleship here. He is under attack, sailing straight out into the middle of the map for some undiscernible reason. Not sure. Opening fire on this Japanese cruiser over there just to make him know that he's being spotted. That battleship taken down. The enemy is down 2 battleships now. I am detected though, and I am sailing out into the middle of the map, so I have to be careful here. Looks like a Japanese Tier 6, maybe Tier 7 cruiser over there. I'm not sure what the name of that thing is off the top of my head. Furutaka, thank you. Opening fire on him now. Switching to AP, hoping to penetrate that thin Japanese armor if I can actually land a round on him. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what the caliber of the guns are on the Murmansk, but they are strong enough to score a nice citadel penetration on that Furutaka, dealing nearly 4K damage to him. More good hits going in on that Furutaka. I'm lining him up for torpedoes now, and this is several patches ago, so you don't really know when your torpedoes are going to be reloaded. Switching back over to my guns, switching to high explosive now, trying to get some fire started, and I don't have to wait long. 7 hits going in on him there, one of them starting a fire. There's torpedoes going in on him, launching my own torpedoes as well, and dropping sonar because the Furutaka is equipped with another fire now going on him. He's dead. There's not much I can do. Maybe I can land another round on him, but no. Allied torpedoes taking him out. Scored 58 hits so far in this battle, 3 fires and 1 citadel penetration, and this ship, much like the Omaha, its American counterpart, is capable of dishing out a tremendous amount of firepower here at Tier 5. But we have a situation developing again now here that that western push is really pushing deep. We have 2 cruisers and a destroyer pushing down the west flank. We just lost a cruiser. There's a destroyer now that is the only thing that stands between the enemy and our carrier, which is hiding behind that island up there to the north. I'm going to try and sail over here to see what I can do as I'm warning my carrier to start heading east. We have a battleship now that just popped up on radar. 4 enemy ships pushing west, and I am the only ship within range that's going to be able to do anything about it. All of my allies appear to be grouped up by that island chain over there, and we have a battleship right smack dab in the middle of the map trying to do what they can to keep the eastern force at bay. Dropping torpedoes on this battleship as it steams around the bend here. We can see what it is. It is an Arkansas Beta, and he has all of his guns pointed at me, setting him on fire immediately with my first broadside, and I'm turning I'm not sure of the naval term, but I'm sailing straight at him to prevent myself from getting broadsided. Somehow I got hit in the rear. I don't really know how that happened there. But you never want to sail side on to a battleship. That's just asking for death. Those torpedoes are sailing straight towards him there. He doesn't appear to be turning. Sneaking in one last shot before I get behind the corner here. He already used his repair ability, setting him on fire. Surely that Arkansas has seen the torpedoes and is turning by now, right? Destroyer now on a tick of health. That looks like an isocos. Whoa, scoring a torpedo hit on that Arkansas. That's amazing. Remember that Arkansas Beta. We're going to talk about him in a few minutes here. As I'm doing all I can to try and push the enemy back here, they are bearing down on my carrier, losing that destroyer in the smoke. And I'm pretty much just firing blind, trying to do whatever I can to keep that destroyer from going any closer to my carrier. Taking fire now from another cruiser. Is that a Chester? That looks like a tier 2 cruiser. Cannot quite tell from this distance. No, that's a Tenryu or something. That's a tier 4 Japanese cruiser, I believe. I'm not sure the name of it. Taking fire though. I have a ship closing on my stern, and then I'm engaging against this Japanese cruiser here. Lots of air cover though. As that Arkansas Beta is now just pulled around the bend there behind me. There's that little destroyer now, sailing side on to me. That's going to be a deadly mistake as I score my first kill, knocking out that poor little destroyer. He has launched torpedoes, but because of my commander abilities, I can detect them long before they even reach me. I cannot tell what that cruiser is over there, but just launching a little salvo on him, letting him know I know he's there.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Torpedoes, direct front. That looks like a tier 3, maybe tier 2 American cruiser. I cannot tell from this. And what the fuck? That Arkansas Beta was flooding this entire time, scoring a liquidator medal and scoring me a second kill. Believe me, I was as shocked as you were. So that's 2 of the 4 ships that was sailing down the western flank now. We have a St. Louis that's moving. I've now been joined by a friendly New York. 2 tier 5 ships with an amazing amount of firepower versus that tier 3 cruiser. St. Louis is a very formidable ship in its own right, but against 2 tier 5s, there's really nothing he's going to be able to do against us. Scoring some good hits on him there with my high explosive rounds, knocking out AA guns, knocking out deck guns. Fortunately, not able to set him on fire until I spoke too soon, setting the St. Louis on fire. Look at all that battle damage there. Moving up behind the New York now. We're going to see if we can finish off this this St. Louis. Successfully managing to protect my my carrier here, but there is another there's another enemy cruiser there behind the St. Louis, scoring nearly 3k damage on there. The secondary guns of the New York opening up. This salvo should do it. Yep, that's my 3rd kill now. And that little tier 2, I want to say that's a tier 2 American cruiser. That looks like a Chester, but I'm not sure. Scoring some hits on him now as he pulls behind that island, setting him on fire now. 8 fires that I've caused so far in this match. 107 hits. And I'm just begging and pleading with this carrier, hoping that he realizes what's about to happen to him. He needs to get out of there. The enemy knows he's there, and there you see me typing in chat, CV. You're gonna have to do something here, bud. I'm racing with full steam, 34.1 knots, trying to get up here. I'm preparing to launch my torpedoes. I don't think I'll be able to do much to save this carrier, but maybe I can avenge his death. Torpedoes in the water. Switching over to my armor-penetrating rounds. Firing just over the deck of that carrier, and goodbye, sir. Saving my carrier's ass, scoring another Citadel penetration, and getting me my 4th kill of the game. As that guy's name, Pardid Remains, says, well, this will be a nice game for you. As I reply with, I'm sending this to Jingles. Unfortunately, I could not send this to Jingles because, well, the file size was too big, and I didn't know how to compress it down. You got a Japanese cruiser now stalking around behind me here. He's being joined up by the only surviving enemy cruiser. First salvo going out on that Kuma. Scoring a Citadel and getting me my Confederate medal. Holy shit. Sorry about that. So this battle is pretty much all but wrapped up here. So I'm moving the Murmansk around here to try and double back, because I'm anticipating that that Kuma was expecting me to pop around that side of the island. Maybe he launched torpedoes. I don't know. I don't have any more sonar, so I can't drop sonar and ping the water to see in the world see what's going on. I am detected by air, however, so he's gonna know which way I'm coming out. But that doesn't really matter because he's dead. Last enemy cruiser now. That's the Kuma. Opening up on him. It's just him and the enemy carrier. This battle's pretty much all but done. Scoring a hit, correcting my aim as he's opening fire on me now. I think he's completely missing. He might be opening up on that other cruiser or battleship that's up here with me, that New York. Second shot going in over there, over top the island, critting him, taking out a gun turret, and setting him on fire. It's 9 fires now, 117 hits, and this is exactly what I was talking about with just how devastating this little ship can be. For a tier 5 cruiser, this thing can really pump out the hurt. So look at all that beautiful, beautiful battle damage on the ship there. And like I said, this battle is pretty much all but done. I was trying to bring this battle to you guys a couple months ago, but due to my editing software pretty much not wanting to cooperate with me, you're getting to see this now as I'm bearing down on the enemy cruiser in the final, or the enemy carrier on the final moments of this game, launching my float plane, trying to see if I can sneak a 5th kill over top of this island. That battleship that's ahead of me there is much closer, and he's more than likely going to get the kill before me. Well, now the carrier's moving. Great. He was stationary there for a second. First salvo completely missing, striking exactly where he was sitting. You can see fire going in from the battleship. Second salvo missing. Correcting my aim, and my shot's just barely squeaking over the top of that mountain. Third and fourth salvo going in. Miss, so now my rounds are finally hitting the mountainside. He's taking fire from that battleship, and he's on fire now. I'm continuing to miss as I'm scoring plunging fire now on him. Managed to get 1 hit. Firing blind, hoping to get something here. Nothing but splashes. Doesn't really look like I'm going to get me a 5th kill. Oh, nope, got 1 hit. Thinking maybe at this point if I can set him on fire, hopefully my fire might be able to kill him. But, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There he is again. He's now been spotted. First salvo going in. Might be a little too long. Oh, lost sight on him again. It looks like that battleship is the one that's spotting him. Another salvo. Oh, scoring a hit there. He's burning and he's losing health fast. I'm going to sneak this kill. It's going to have to be now. Aiming a little bit too far beyond him as my shots are my shots are just arcing right over the carrier. Scoring a couple good hits, taking out some AA guns. Second salvo gave it too much lead, taking big hits from that battleship now. It looks like he's burning in multiple spots and unfortunately not able to secure a 5th kill. It's a damn shame, but it doesn't really matter. Nearly 300,000 credits earned, 273,764 credits earned, 7,612 XP earned. That is just absurd. I did manage to get some credits from that mission, but still, that is just... wow, that is a lot of XP. I'm going to have to buy some gold to transfer all that over. 4 kills, top of the team, of course, and of course top of the enemy team with my Confederate medal and my Liquidator medal. Just very, very good, very, very good game. And the only medal awarded to the enemy team is a devastating strike to that Islav. But yeah, very, very good game. I was very pleased with the Murmansk. This ship was really fun to play. I hope you guys enjoy the replay. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below if you got a comment or question for me. And as always, have fun doing whatever it is you're doing. Do it to the best of your ability. And I will see you when I see you. Take care.